What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hope you like this video. This is going to be your clause review, the season finale. Honey, buckle up because there's a whole lot going on up in this piece. So we start off with one of those episodes where you see the ending and there's a flashback. And the person telling the story the whole episode is Virginia. And she's telling it from her point of view and that kind of thing. So we see the episode sort of starting off with excuse me. She's my ninny. Um, we see where Desna. No, I'm sorry. We see where Roller is. Is that what the first part that happened? I'm sorry, y'all. Roller is talking to old boy from Biloxi. You know, the dude whose father they killed, and he's getting in Roller's head. And basically, he gave Roller enough ammunition to try to figure out that he was trying to give Roller the impression that Uncle Daddy killed his father. Because, remember, Roller, Uncle Daddy is just that. He's his uncle. He raised him and his brother. And supposedly the father died in the line of fire, doing in the family business type situation. But old boy was trying to be like, well, you sure that's how it went down? He's talking about, yeah, your dad, my mother told me this, that, and the other happened. And making it seem like that Uncle Daddy had more to do with it than what he was telling him. And you see Roller already feeling some kind of way. Remember, he was already kind of jealous and in his feelings, so he already feeling some kind of way about it. He kind of like thinking. You see the wheels turning a little bit. Then we see Desna with old boy. They gone down to get the prenup. She's getting the prenup done, and she's pretending like she's surprised at all this property and stuff he owns. But remember, she had already peeped that he owned. Sorry, y'all. That he owned a bunch of property and a whole bunch of stuff that she didn't even know about. But she signs the prenup and everything. So then she goes to Zlata and she lets Zlata know, look, I signed the paperwork. Are you ready to get this done? Now, Roller's wife is in the room. And Desna's like, can we, talk alone? And she's like, she ain't paying attention. She playing Candy Crush. Don't worry about her. So, they talk about it, and Zlata said, well, there's been a little change of plans. You got to kill him. You're going to have to kill the doctor. And Desmond's like, that's not the plan. Like, you got to do it. And she said, you're the only one that can get close enough to him. Like, you're going to have to go ahead and take care of it. And she gives her a syringe. Like, basically, you give her this. Give him this. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was tired. Ooh. Give him this syringe to kill him. Now, the whole backdrop of this is that there is a hurricane coming. That's the whole backdrop to this, is that there's a hurricane coming and that the wedding might have to be postponed and all this other stuff. So, Zlata tells Desna, either you're going to do it or you're going back to jail. Like, you got a choice. Because remember, she bailed her out. So he's like, either you're going to do it or you're going back to jail. So then we see Roller going back over to Uncle Daddy saying, he was slick about it, whatever, but he was like, so how my daddy died again? And Uncle Daddy was like, I done told you this story a million times. So he starts telling the story again, and supposedly their parents were killed in front of the church or something like that. And supposedly Uncle Daddy wasn't supposed to be nowhere around, yet Uncle Daddy could describe the sermon. So Roller was like, well, how he know what the sermon was if he wasn't supposed to be there? So he talks to Bryce about it. And Bryce was like, look, that's the only father we've ever known. Uncle Daddy's always been our father. Where's all this coming from? Like, I ain't questioning him. I ain't getting into this. Like, no, we not doing all of that. So we see Desna and them are checking into the hotel. Desna's turning into a little bit of a bridezilla, but she's stressed, right? She's turning into a little bit. She's real stressed. She's frazzled. Her nerves are on edge and all this other stuff. So she's snapping at the guy at the front desk because they're supposed to have the hotel to themselves, but they're sharing it with a pharmaceutical convention, and the guy's like, I'm sorry, ma'am. She's like, well, you better still have my rooms ready. She's just stressed out. It's kind of stressful when you got to fake a wedding and then plan to kill your husband all at the same time. Like, it's a whole lot to that. So then we see the girls are having their little bachelorette party. They all got on matching pajamas and all that good stuff. And They go through this little moment where they all going around the room talking about how much they love Desna and how Desna's been so good to them. And Desna is like, look, I can't take it. I can't take no more of this. I can't take no more of this. I'm just stressed out. And while they're in the bathroom, because Virginia goes in the bathroom to check on her, a damn bird comes flying through, crashing through the glass. And Virginia was like, that should have been our first clue. When that dead bird came through the glass, we should have known then that something wasn't right. So then Desna, not Desna. Damn, y'all. My memory ain't good today. Desna. No, it wasn't Desna. Shit. Mm. Anyway, I'll remember. It'll come back to me. Bryce is still packing. Him and Jen are still planning on leaving after the wedding, so that nothing has changed with that. What? I hate when I can't remember something because I know it's something that I wanted to say, and it is totally out my mind. I hate when I can't. Oh, that's what it was. So the concierge comes up and tells them that they're going to have to postpone the wedding because the hurricane has now changed directions and it's going to be, they're in the eye of the storm. And Desmond was like, no, the hell we not. And, the guy was like, well, we don't have any caterers. We don't have this. We don't have that. Like, we can't go through with it. Desmond's like, oh, we're going to have that wedding tomorrow. Come rain, snow, sleet, or hail. And so what ends up happening is they bring in all the food in. They got Twinkies. They got Cheerios. They have styrofoam thingies from the pool, and they having a DIY moment. They arts and crafting it, but they putting it together. They getting all the stuff ready for the wedding. So while they're doing all this, Polly shows up. Polly done snuck out the hospital. Polly said, I couldn't miss this. I got to be here for my girl. They were like, are you really supposed to be at the hospital? Because at first she told them they released her. And then they were like, are you really supposed to be here? Polly was like, nah, not really. She was like, but I wouldn't have missed this for the world. Like, I'm not going to miss this. So sometime while they're getting all this together, while they're putting their Twinkies together and all their ho-hos and stuff, getting ready for the wedding, because that ended up being the food for the wedding, because that's all they could find in the pantries, right? She gets a phone call, and she actually leaves out because, and her and Quiet Ann knew about this. Quiet Ann knew about this because she kept saying, did you get the call yet? Did you get the call yet? So she finally gets the call, and she goes out the room, and it's damn Arlene with a wire for her saying, and she gave her a substitute for the syringe that Zlata gave her. So instead of, it's not going to kill the doctor, it's going to knock him out, but it won't kill him. And she's got a wire so she could get everything on tape. So that's another reason why she was so stressed out and frazzled, because not only is she trying to play this dance between Zlata and the doctor, on the flip side, she has decided to work with the feds, and she got to wear a wire, and that's all got her all frazzled too. So we get to the wedding, and they go through with the wedding, and she does her own vows, and they doing it till death do us part shit, and and his mama sitting on the front row all scowled up, looking like her best friend about to die or something. I mean, just crazy. Jen and Bryce are back together, happy. They about to go sneak off and have, they said, expensive hotel sex. Dean and Virginia. Dean is there. Dean's like, I wish this was real, for you, Desna. Like, you really deserve to be happy. And I wish this was a real wedding and you really meant it. Dr. Ken and Polly then got back together. He's telling her, look, I really love you, and so this is this is at the reception. All of this is going good. Roller and his wife are talking, and Roller's like, look, I'm gonna get you out of here. We're gonna get from under this little Russian bitch. We're gonna get you set. And she's like, okay, Roller, me and you, we can start fresh. Me and you gonna start over. It's gonna be, me and you. So Desna's going off to the bathroom, and Roller sees her, and he follows her to the bathroom. Well, his wife sees him, and she follows them to the bathroom. And Desna just needed some fresh air. Like, she wasn't going in there for no secret rendezvous. But her and Roller, something went down. Wifey's on the other side and heard it. So now she in her feelings, and she mad because she didn't, she thinking her and Roller about to start this new life together, and she done heard him on the other side with Desna. And She's upset or whatever. And I was like, that's not going to be good. I was like, I don't know what's about to happen with that, but that is not going to be good. So then we see Desna up in the room with her husband. You know, they getting ready to have a marital night moment, you know. And she's trying to get him to drink this drink. And he won't drink it. You know, he keeps finding a reason to put it down. I don't think he suspected anything. I think he was just dead set on trying to, you know, because remember she wasn't having sex with him. I think he was just trying to get to the good. So he says, you know, I have a surprise for you. So he shows her on a map. Here go Virginia. I ain't never seen a paper map before. Girl, Virginia's funny. She said, you know, he's showing her all the places he's going to take. He said he's going to take her on an 11-day cruise on his private yacht, and he's going to take her to beaches that people don't even know about, you know, because of course he's planning on killing her and throwing her body overboard somewhere along one of them beaches, you know. And so she tries to get she's slick, but it's starting to get obvious about her getting him to drink this drink. So then she pushes him off a little bit and says, you know, let me go take this dress off and take a shower. He was like, come on, Desna. She was like, no, I just want it to be perfect, you know. So she goes in and changes, and she comes out in her little nightgown and everything. And again, she's trying to get him to have a drink with her. Well, while that happens, the phone rings. So he takes the phone call. It's damn Roller's wife, and going to tell him everything. Going to tell him, you know, Zlata and Desna are working together. They're going to kill you. Desna's getting ready to kill you. Don't drink your drink. He told her something. He told her. She told him everything, though. Basically, that was enough. That's all he needed to know. And he's playing it off. He's like, oh, thank you so much. Well, you know, I just got married, so, you know, I need to take this phone call. I need to get off this phone call. Well, while that's going on, Uncle Daddy and Roller are down in the basement. Roller done beat Uncle Daddy's ass because he confronted him about killing his father. And Uncle Daddy he ain't deny it. He didn't deny it. And that was all Roller needed. So Roller, you know, walked off, you know, basically was like, you know, F you, old man. Because he had stopped calling him Uncle Daddy. He was calling him by his name, and that should have been his first, because he kept saying, what's wrong with you, boy? What's wrong with you? And he was calling him stupid. He's like, why you always gotta call me stupid? And he was like, you're not stupid. You just don't be thinking, you know. But Roller already on edge. So that's all he really needed, was to be pushed over the edge. So him and Uncle Daddy got into it. So Uncle Daddy getting ready to kill himself. He puts the gun in his mouth like he getting ready to kill himself. Well, here come his dead wife again. Y'all know he been hallucinating about her all season. She comes out and says, look, we ain't got time for this. Like, it ain't time for you to die. It ain't time for you to come and be with me yet. You got business to take care of. She was like, look, just tell Roller the truth. Let him know that it couldn't be helped, that it's just how shit goes sometimes. And go ahead and take care of your business. Get rid of that Russian bitch and everything will be cool. And he, you know, of course, he's down on the floor. He's really hallucinating, but of course, he's having a whole conversation with her and everything. And he decides, yeah, you're right. I gotta go handle my business. And here come Biloxi boy, talking about, what happened to you? Did Roller do that? He's so disrespectful. I'm like, you done set this whole thing up, ass. So while that's going on, back up in the room, as soon as Dr. Haiti gets off the phone with Roller's wife, he attacks her. He comes for Desna, and they tussling. They are tussling. And she ends up with a piece of broken glass, and she was like, stay back. I don't want to have to hurt you. He was like, oh, what you gonna do? She was like, don't come over here. So he walks up on her, and she slices him. And he starts laughing. He's like, you know what? He was like, yeah, I knew you was gangster, you know. And he comes at her again, and she ends up stabbing him with the bottle, with the piece of glass. And he comes at her, they're tussling, and he ends up going over the balcony door. The balcony falls to, and he ends up dying. It's TV, so I can't say he all the way dead, but he looked like he was dead. Next thing we know, we see the mama coming down the hallway in that wheelchair looking for her son, because she done been in the room and she done seen what the room looked like. So she knows something ain't right. She run up and down the hall like something ain't, she's yelling his name and looking for him. We see Roller and Polly at the bar, and they joking, they talking and shit, Here come Roller's wife talking about, I just did something stupid. I did something stupid. He was like, what? What are you talking about? Spit it out. She said, I told the doctor. I called the doctor and told him everything. Told him about you and Desna. Oh, that's the other part she told me. She told him that him and Desna was having sex in the bathroom during the reception. Polly slapped the shit out of her like 4 times. Polly slapped the shit out of her. And then they went up, and then, they went up looking for Desna. Polly talking about something, do you have your gun? Roller said, what'd he say? There's an alligator shit in the woods, something crazy like that. Polly was like, I sure hope so. So they run off to go look for Desna. Alright. So Desna, she gets dressed. She puts on her sweatsuit, her sneakers and everything, changes out of the nightgown, and she leaves out the room. Well, I need to go back to there. So she goes to Zlata to let Zlata know it's done, that he's dead. And Zlata's like, for real, you took care of it? She was like, yeah, I got it. I took care of it. So, in the meantime, Roller and Polly then went to the room and see what the room looks like. They see that the room looks crazy, and they're like, okay, something done happened here, but they don't find Desna. While Desna is talking to Zlata, letting her know that she done killed the doctor, Mama done come busting up in the room, and she got a gun. And Desna is telling her, look, he came at me, he tried to kill me, I was just defending No, first she tried to lie and say he had to go deliver a baby, and that's where he was. And then she was like, I've been to y'all room, it's blood everywhere. She was like, oh, the woman went into labor, and she was like, stop lying, just stop lying to me. Well, next thing you know, Mama done got out the wheelchair. I knew her ass. I think I said it in one of my other videos that I wasn't convinced that her ass needed to be in that wheelchair. Now, I don't know if her son knew it or not, but I wasn't convinced that she needed to be in that damn wheelchair. Well, next thing you know, Zlata ends up shooting the mama. So now the mama on the floor dead. Desna signs over her licensing, because remember, that's all that this was about. She signs the paperwork giving her power of attorney or whatever it is over to Zlata. Next thing you know, Zlata got a gun on Desna. Desna was like, what's up, girlfriend? Like, I thought we was sisters. We was in this together. She was like, She was like, all I needed you for was to take care of the doctor, and, and she basically says everything. She says it all, because Desna is wearing the wire. So she gets it all on the wire. But she's getting ready to shoot Desna. She tells Desna, now you get on your knees, because I don't need you anymore. You are expendable now. Desna gets on her knees. Next thing you know, somebody shoots Zlata. Now, I thought it was Roller. It was Dean. Honey. Now, Dean doesn't say anything. And then Roller and Polly come in the room, and Desna's like, shh, shh, shh. And she shows them the wire, like, don't say nothing. They get Dean out the room. Next thing you know, because the police, Zlata heard the police coming. And Desna was like, yeah, don't fuck with me. Like, you hear them coming. Don't fuck with me. And Zlata was like, you dumb, you dirty dog, So, they get Dean out the room and everything. And the police show up and stuff. And she's talking to Arlene. And basically Arlene says, look, you might have to stay in lockup overnight till we get everything cleared up. But, if everything on the wire if everything is on the wire that you say is on the wire, then you should be okay. And Dean will be, she didn't say Dean because she didn't know Dean was there. But basically you'll be clear, because she was like, I was defending myself. Like, he was really trying to kill me. And she was like, as long as everything checks out, you're good. She was like, you have to stay in overnight. But other than that, you should be straight. So Dean comes over and she was like, Dean, what did you do that for? Like, he said, because you needed my help. And she was like, but Dean, I'm so sorry that I never wanted you involved in this. I'm so sorry. And Dean said, it was my decision. I'm good. Like, I'm good with it. And she said, but Dean, don't tell anybody. Dean said, I'm not going to tell nobody. I'm not stupid. Like, I know that I can't be telling people I killed her. So then we see Polly and the doctor. Dr. Candace taking Polly back to the hospital, because remember, she snuck out, but she knows that she ain't done, and she needs more time in the hospital. And as she's walking up into the hospital, who opens the door for her? Her sister. So she's still seeing Lily. So she going in the right place. She need to take her ass back to the hospital because she's still seeing her sister. I thought her sister was gone after they had their little True Colors dance. I thought she was good, but clearly not. So then we see Desna. She done took the boss necklace off of Zada's neck. She got her white suit looking good, hair laid, got her boss necklace on, and she talking to Uncle Daddy in Biloxi. Now here's the thing about Uncle Daddy. I don't know what the hell make Uncle Daddy think that after everything that's gone down, that he can still come at Desna with that bullshit. He gonna tell Desna, we gonna use your license to open up these clinics, and we only gonna pay you a one-time fee. That's it. You won't be making no residual income off of these clinics. Desna was like, so no piece of the pie? He was like, nope, no piece of the pie for you. She said, well, I prefer the whole pie anyway. And so he gonna turn to Roller, talking about some Roller, get your woman. Roller said, no, you get your, like, no. Now he stand behind Desna. He like, nah, I'm good. He was like, you heard what she said? And he was like, what? He was like, you might be mad at me, but blood is thicker than water. You get back over here. Roller leans over, gives Desna a kiss, and he walks off like, you got this. You handle it, babe. And Desna's like, oh, well, this how it's going to be. Either you going to do it my way, or we ain't doing no business at all. And she rolls out. She got Virginia with her. Her and Virginia rolling out in a nice little sports car. And she done hooked up. Remember with the meth head that she ran into in jail? That was her old real estate agent. Well, the girl done got cleaned up. And she back doing real estate and stuff. And she done took Desna. Come to find out that the doctor, I guess in the back of his mind, maybe he was trying to take care of Dean. Because he knew he was going to kill Desna. But maybe this was his way of taking care of Dean. Because he has a casino. He put the casino in Desna's name. So out of all of his assets, she didn't get anything, but she did get the casino. So Desna's like, oh shit, like, I own a casino. Like, I'm a legit boss now. And while they're standing out in front of the casino, there's a drive-by. And they're trying to shoot Desna. But Virginia pushes Desna out the way. And Virginia ends up getting shot. And that's how it ended. Virginia's lost consciousness, but I don't think they're going to kill her off. I don't think they're going to kill her character off. But she lost consciousness. And that's where we end, y'all. That's where we end. So we'll see what happens next season. It's definitely coming back for another season. They've already announced that. And we'll see how it all plays out. What's going to happen. But it's definitely going to be very, very interesting to see her and Uncle Daddy get back to basics and fighting over that dumb shit. Because Desna lost the salon. Because the police told her, like, we know you was... Like, basically, she protected herself and protected her girls, but, they were like, you can't keep the salon. Or, like, we know y'all was using the salon for some illegal bullshit. You can't keep the salon. So, but she got a casino. Right? Like, who cares? So, we'll see how everything goes down next year. It's coming back in 2019. That could be January. That could be June. I don't know. All right, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. It was definitely a great finale. It was full of action, and a whole lot of these storylines came to a close, but enough was left for us to get started for next year. All right, y'all. Peace.